What is up, everybody? Alright, so I wanted to make a video today. This video is going to be a bit long-winded. It's going to be a video that I'm at work right now. I'm on my lunch, but I wanted to make this video on my lunch. It's a video that's a bit personal to me, okay? This is not a TTC video. This is not a football video. This is not a video related to anything trash talk circle or nothing. This is just a 100% personal video from me to you. A topic came up from a friend of mine's channel. His name is Asian Dave. I'll probably wind up putting a link to his video in the description here so you guys could see it. And it wasn't so much him. I think he has a misunderstanding of what mgtow is. And the video obviously is about mgtow, men going their own way. Where to start? Okay. There's gonna be people like the Veganator and mgtow 101. I don't know too much about mgtow 101, but I know the Veganator expresses some pretty racist views. First, I want to start my video off by distancing myself from those people that do that. I mean, I would hope that one would understand that in every group, especially an activist group, there's going to be people that don't go along, that subscribe to an ideology and then add to it and put things into it that aren't there. The idea behind mgtow, the belief that mgtow is a misogynist movement is the thing that I want to tackle here. One of them. That just goes to show you just how far feminism has outstretched. Not original feminism, but third wave feminism. To believe that mgtow would be a misogynist movement. mgtow is a movement that doesn't have anything to do with women. It is a movement of men that are, the most it has to do with women is this. It's a movement of men that are tired of the treatment that we receive from women, okay? Now, I know society is going to be like, oh, look at that big dude on camera talking about how women treat him. It's not all women, and it's not just me. But, for instance, I was military, okay, and I have PTSD, and I have that from an incident that I saw happen. And I have pets, okay? Animals. I had a cat. And I got into a relationship with a woman. Obviously, I wasn't mgtow at the time. And this woman decided she didn't like my cat, so she made me give him up, or else I couldn't stay in the house, and I had nowhere to go because I gave up my place to be in a relationship with her. She wanted me to move in. I didn't. I did what was uncomfortable for me to suit her. Wound up losing my cat. Okay. Now, this doesn't seem like a big deal, and you're talking about why, or you're thinking, why would you make this into an issue of feminism and whatever? And reason being is that she also had a service animal. A nasty, nasty dog that would bark and bite and snip at people. But every excuse was made for her dog. By her and by other people. Oh, well, let her have her dog. Well, what about my cat? What about my cat that was an emotional service animal for my PTSD? My response was, oh, be a big man. Be a big boy. I'm sorry that me being male doesn't necessarily mean that I have no feelings. I'm sorry that me being a guy doesn't mean that I'm entitled to the same thing as a woman was. And when I say things like, well, what happened if I threw her dog to the whatever, put him in a shelter or whatever, people's response was, oh, that would be wrong, that's her service animal. What about mine? Why was the response to me different? Because I'm a guy. Why should me having a dick in between my legs, why should that matter? Why was her answer, oh, well, that's her service animal, but different from me. I'm a human being. I have rights. I have feelings. I have those things too. See, the problem is that when you're a man in today's society, you're told, oh, it's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to cry and whatever. But then when you do, you get movements like third wave feminism with their fucking male tears mugs and stuff like that, mocking men for being emotional and having emotions. That's what mgtow is against. mgtow is against the treatment of an activist group towards an entire, gender, towards an entire sex in the human population. There's male and there's female, and that's it. And third wave feminism is ingratiated with some very, very anti-male sentiments. That's what mgtow is against. Honestly, if I was to run into a woman that was wanted complete equality, and not just equality in opportunity, or equality in parentry also, and wanted equality in those two things exactly, and didn't want additional special treatment, I wouldn't be mgtow. It's not, as one of David's subscribers said, that I'm weak. Which, by the way, goes to the very statement of what mgtow is protesting. I'm getting over the flu, I'm not crying. But even if I was, why would it matter? But mgtow is a response to that. Because regardless of what people may think, men, we can feel too. We can have feelings too. Again, in that situation, and I'm not saying every situation would be that way, but why was it that my service animal was less important than hers? Oh, well, you're a guy, get over it. So the fuck what? So what? How long can you expect a group of people? Now, like I said, I do think that women generally do have it a lot harder in some aspects of society. I get that. I get that catcalling is disrespectful, and I don't subscribe to the belief of protect the poor woman that's walking down the dark alley, because I think it's the person needs to take precautions on not getting themselves in situations. But do I agree that women are raped more than men? Sure I do. Or in the case, so that I don't get into a semantic argument, that sexual assaults of any type are committed more against women than men. Yes, definitely. Are men generally stronger? Generally, yes. Do women need our help in certain things? Yes. But you can't have a group, and this isn't something that everyone has to address. This is something that the feminists have to separate themselves from the feminazis. MGTOW is a response to the feminazi movement, not the feminist movement. Okay. I don't think you'd find very many people in MGTOW. You'd find some because there's bad people everywhere. But I don't think you'd find very many people in MGTOW that ideally want women to be treated less than men. But you have got to validate the men too. You have to. Just because we're men doesn't mean that we're not humans. My service animal, who's now been gone for 5 fucking months, was just as important to my daily operation in life as hers is. But she still has hers. Mine's out there somewhere. That's the response. That's what mgtow is a response to. It's a response to the unequal treatment of men. And that's why it's the don't marry women, don't live with women, have nothing to do with them anymore. It's not inherently a misogynist movement. It's a movement for men, not against women. There's a difference. There is a difference. You can be for men and not be anti-woman. Look, I don't want to make my channel a political channel. I don't want to bring these kind of issues onto my channel. But I wanted to address this once and for all, because I get a lot of questions about it, and I've, especially recently since David put out his video, and I wanted to make a video on why I'm mgtow and what mgtow is. mgtow isn't a movement that hates women. It is simply a movement away from women. There's a difference. Just because you're moving away, and a lot of people say, "Oh, mgtow, what are you moving towards? Other men?" No. The point is, the only goal of mgtow, the only thing is movement away from marriage, living with, or relationships with women. That's what mgtow is. That is all it is. It's not a movement that says women should have less rights. It's a movement of men moving away from the traditional relationships with women. That's all it is. It's not saying that they should have less rights, because they shouldn't have less rights. They should have equal rights and treatment, equality of opportunity and parity. I'm coming up on 13 minutes, and I don't normally do long-winded videos like this, but I wanted to give everybody an opinion on what mgtow is, and now hopefully everybody understands. Peace. Sub, like, and comment below. Later. Deuces.